Porkzilla has launched a full-scale assault upon us. Even as we speak, other underlords rally across the realm to stay the coming apocalypse.
A new sin has been researched.
A handful of miserable midgets are approaching your dungeon from the north. These dwarf workers will attempt to tunnel past your defenses if left unchecked for too long. You made short work of that lot. Defense complete. A new sin has been researched. Enemies are now approaching from all directions, Underlord. It seems that this wave has Templars within its ranks to help batter down your defenses. Defense complete. So much for their righteous twaddle, Underlord. Well done.
A new sin has been researched.
Defense complete.
An Oculus has entered your dungeon.
A Skarg has entered your dungeon. Defense complete. The enemy is sending fire breathers to assault your dungeon. If you can't beat these drunkards, no amount of mentoring can help you.
An Oculus has entered your dungeon. You've received a new sin.
Defense complete.
A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
Flaming midgets are my favorite kind, Underlord. That's another load of dwarfs sent to the hairy hole in the sky. Your minions have researched a sin for you. The Holy Priestess accompanies this wave. Vanquish her quickly, lest she heals the wounds inflicted by your traps and minions. Defense complete. A Skarg has entered your dungeon. Defense complete.
Your minions have researched a sin for you.
At least their vow of silence means we don't get any pretentious blathering. Well done, Underlord.
A Chunder has entered your dungeon.
This wave has a huge minion within its ranks. He's certain to require an enormous effort to trounce.
A cultist has entered your dungeon. A Gnarling has entered your dungeon.
A new sin has been researched.
A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
A Chunder has entered your dungeon. A Gnarling has entered your dungeon. It was thrilling to see that juggernaut brought down to size.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Your minions have researched a sin for you. It seems a Dungeons and Dragons party has accidentally stumbled into your dungeon. Make mincemeat of those fools and send them whining back to their dungeon master.
A Chunder has entered your dungeon.
Your minions have researched a sin for you. A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
A Crackpot has entered your dungeon. Your minions have researched a new sin for you.
The lack of conflict is making some of your minions sleepy.
Defense complete. Defense complete.
Amber demons are incoming, Underlord. Beware the igneous blast that they unleash when their flaming core has been snuffed out.
Defense complete. You've received a new sin. Defense complete. A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Your minions have researched a sin for you. Your dungeon core is under attack. An augur has entered your dungeon.
Your minions have researched a new sin for you. A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
The Western Pig-Hibitor is nearly destroyed.
You've received a new sin.
A Necromancer has entered your dungeon. Underlord, your dungeon core is being attacked. A Chunder has entered your dungeon.
Your minions have researched a sin for you. A cultist has entered your dungeon.
The Western Pighibiter has been destroyed. The mighty General Hogdor approaches your dungeon from the west. Fire up the skillets, Underlord. Tonight we dine on bacon. Pity we couldn't imprison those creatures. They'd do wondrous work within the torture chamber.
A Gnarling has entered your dungeon.
Surely you won't fail now that you've come this far. Vanquish these interlopers. A Skark has entered your dungeon.
A Chunder has entered your dungeon. An Oculus has entered your dungeon.
Defense complete.
A Gnarling has entered your dungeon.
A Skark has entered your dungeon. Defense complete. Defense complete. The Eastern Pighibiter is nearly destroyed.
An Oculus has entered your dungeon.
Defense complete. The Eastern Pighibiter has been destroyed. The ferocious boar Pepper ventures forth from the east. He looks like he's ready to go ham on your dungeon core. The Northern Pighibiter is nearly destroyed. The Northern Pighibiter has been destroyed. The Porky Percy approaches from the north to ruffle for truffles. Destroy him before he sows chaos across your dungeon. Hawkzilla, king of the porcine peoples himself, now approaches your dungeon from the north with his seasoned swine army. Prepare your final defenses, Underlord. The apocalypse has arrived.
Your dungeon core is under attack.
A Skark has entered your dungeon. I wonder how we're going to clean up all this blood before the next player arrives.
There are creatures assaulting your dungeon core.
A wave of huge enemies approaches from all sides. I hope you've prepared for this giant assault. A fine spectacle indeed, Underlord. Although you failed to prevent the apocalypse, you have bathed this realm in the sanguine giblets of your enemies. As a reward for your skilled efforts, I shall make you among the first to invade the Vestal realm of Kairos when our campaign is ready to begin.